Alright guys, so this will be a review of the very rare JLG 600 AJ. This one is produced by Norscot. I don't exactly know why they weren't, in the market so much. Norscot has had somewhat of a reputation in the past of producing models strictly for the equipment manufacturers and for the people that buy the real machine like they do with some road tech. So I'm going to assume that is what was done with this model, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on one. Unfortunately, it won't be in my collection long, but for the time that it is a cool little model, and I'll go over that. So to start off with its functions, which I'm sure that's probably what everybody wants to see. First part of the boom raises. It will also extend, and then the knuckle right here will move up, and then it'll move up on here, and it will come out, and then you can move the bucket up, come down, and whatnot. Pretty much everything you would think it would do, it does, along with the movement on the boom. It also rotates at 360, and the front tires turn. So that is pretty cool. Unfortunately, they don't extend out, but don't know if they do on the real machine. Anyway, I'll get into a little more now. So, looking at it, you could see that the tires are actually pretty nice. I don't know if they are not glossy because it's an older model, but I'm assuming since they were from Norscot that they were pretty glossy, but you can see they actually are pretty nice looking. One thing I want to say about them is they do actually look in scale. The treads on them look small enough to where they look good, and they're not too big enough, so I like that as well. If we look on the front, and you also notice this on the back, there are lifting lugs and tie-down points on the axle where it turns, and then on the back where they do not turn. So that is actually a really cool feature that they did that. Unfortunately, they did add some plastic, and it's where it turns. Not too many people own this model to begin with, so you really can't complain about it. Coming to the body of the machine, if you want to call it that, the control panel here really isn't, much to it. It's pretty much just an indentation painted gray with two little orange dots to replicate the controls. Not really much, but better than nothing. And if we turn the model on this side, excuse the scratches. Underneath here, I don't know what these are for, but it's on the other side, and you could see the exhaust right here, and the inside over here is really nothing crazy. As for the boom, and this is obviously going to be a short review, the boom really isn't nothing crazy. Good thing they painted the pins though, because as you can see there are a lot of pins, so thankfully they painted them. The telescopic sections are plastic, so that could kind of be a downfall if someone's very picky, but really doesn't matter. And this section right here is plastic. There is a positive side to that, which I will get to in a second. And over here, once again, plastic again. Going to the bucket, or the basket, whatever you would like to call it. It's actually pretty detailed, and I say that because it has a control panel, or the controls, and on the machine it's not. But if we look at it, it actually is pretty nice. The entire thing is plastic. The positive side to that is that it is lightweight material, I guess you could say, and that is good because it doesn't weigh a lot, and the cylinders will actually hold it. So I'm actually really happy that they did that. And some people are probably not gonna like it, but really doesn't matter too much to me, especially since you could probably barely find this model. So I'll just give my final thoughts on it, and I must say it would look pretty cool in a diorama if you would put it like this. But regardless, pretty cool model. If you could find one, pick it up, because it's a JLG, and most of the man lifts, the few ones that are out there, are Grove. But it will retail for a lot. But if you could find one, definitely pick it up, and hopefully you enjoyed the review.